is also 1d10, and the katana is 1d10. And unlike the two-handed sword, you can dual wield the katanas. So I plan to make my
Dual
guy.
wielding
Yes,
katana,
dual.
dual wielding orc runs into battle and cuts a dragon's head off.
So I was gonna make my guy be either I was gonna make him be a warrior slash thief or a warrior slash mage.
Well, first of all, you
Yeah.
suffer penalties to
Alright,
hit for training two-weapon wield.
Yeah,
Second
but
of all, the reason why the katana has a higher damage is because finding magical katanas are way harder.
oh yeah,
Especially in Baldur's Gate 2 and 3, the magical katanas are weaker than the much more common longsword, bastard sword, etc., etc.
my plan
So it's
though
a
is
trade-off.
my plan though is that since I'm dual classing as sorry, what?
And
Session starting.
it's already started and we're live. So you've been you've been kind of taking it off the rails a bit for the past minute and 18 seconds.
Oh, you should have taken control from us faster. Yes.
I was trying. Alright, so, Barry, it's your turn.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another round of Fallout Equestria Distant Lands. A lot has happened over the past few sessions.
This is a fact.
Let's see. Brief recap of some of the stuff. I'll leave. I wonder if I should leave it to the GM to cover the bulk of it. But to make a long story short, the shark was jumped, and most of us, save the bird who ran off in the middle of the fight to chase after a fancy throwing dagger. The rest of us all got sent back 200 years into the past, where we found ourselves face to face with Pinkie Pie, and of course found ourselves in the actual good care of the Ministry of Morale, and adventuring out in the past, trying to track down where the asshole benefactor went, so we could capture him, so we can take him back to the future with us. But once we caught him, most of us figured, you know what? We're in the past, and we've got all the time in the world, literally. Well, not literally, because we still only have a finite amount of time before the bombs fall. But figuratively speaking, semantics. But we've got all the time in the world to prepare and train for when we do return. So when we come back, we'll be much better off and much better equipped. So while Masher went back to the past early on because Ghoul needs rads, the rest of us, Barry, Trainwreck, and Misty, ended up staying in the past to train and prepare for the conflicts to come.
Yep.
We ended up staying there for a grand total of, and before I drop that, when we finally do come back to our own time, how much time has passed? 2 weeks?
Around 2 weeks.
So, yes. When we get past, it'll have been a time skip of basically 2 weeks. But
They've been back a while.
Yeah. But that's the thing. This is a bit more of a time skip because while in our own time it's only been 2 weeks since we left for the past, those of us who stayed in the past, we were there for 13 years.
You want to be fun.
Yep. And And in those 13 years, everyone's done a lot of training and studying. Barry has significantly expanded her magic list. Yeah.
Which I still need to give.
I've already put it all together. Remember?
Oh, yes, right. I'll still need to look at it eventually, but yes. But yeah, they've been training.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Train wreck.
Barry, do you want?
Yeah.
Do you want to do the big reveal? Sorry.
Might as well. Train wreck. One of the things that happened was that she finally got the rest of her cybernetics out and was regenerated, and she's now entirely pure pony again. Not one speck of machinery within her.
Yeah, Barry's probably disappointed by that.
Barry respects Trainwreck's decision because Trainwreck did not get the option. It was forcibly put into her, so it was never her choice. For Barry actively sought out cybernetics, so it's what she wanted. So she knows perfectly well there's a difference between the two situations. Besides, she'll support her wife no matter what.
Especially now that Trainwreck is the original OG Trainwreck and not Trainwreck 2.0.
Yeah, and Trainwreck and Barry ended up getting married.
That was around what, year 9, give or take?
7 to 9.
Mm-hmm.
Somewhere in there.
Yep. While they spent the time acting as far as pre-war Equestria is concerned, the legal guardians to Misty, they ended up getting married, and ooh, boy, you should have seen the ceremony. We had Cadence officiating the ceremony. We had all of the Ministry of the Mayors over there as our bridesmairs. Oh, the tabloids that followed the wedding were so much fun to read.
Alright.
Conspiracy theories abound. Seeing that the Ministry mayors are seen at a zebra wedding. What could this mean? Have they turned traitor in these times? And much more.
Aside from that,
that's not the only
Miss
what
we'll be doing. Misty?
There were multiple people talking. I didn't hear what was said. Sorry.
You want to say what you've been doing?
Nothing much. I've only destroyed the past a little tiny bit. Shortest version I could possibly give is Misty passed Pinkie Pie a note to pass on to Princess Luna to visit her in her dreams so she could explain stuff without anyone eavesdropping. Luna denied Misty becoming her apprentice. Celestia denied Misty becoming her apprentice. And so Misty went to go bug Twilight, who's like, well, I'm already putting together a magic class, and you're really weird. So, yeah, you'll fit right in with the Kieran and the dragon and the Zoni twins and so forth. After that, went to Celestia's School for Magic. And while she was going there, one day she got really bored and someone's like, well, you should go make some, more friends. And Missy thought about it. I was like, well, who could I possibly be a friend with? I'm an Alec. Oh, wait. So she teleported to the Crystal Empire and kidnapped Flurry for a day. And they became best friends.
Alright.
Fast forward till Misty's 18 or 19 or so, and they decide to start courting, and eventually Flurry's like, yeah, I'm going to come to the future with you. And we're like, we told you about it. Are you sure? She's like, yeah. So we also had a wedding in the past. That was very, very heavily recorded via memory spheres and whatnot.
Yeah, there are a lot of memory spheres about the entire time in the past that have been prepared.
Both
Also,
for
they
personal
went and
use
talked to
and to gift
past
helpers.
Masher. They also went and talked to past Masher just like to prepare him a bit.
Yeah. We
Because
also
obviously-
we're also able to gather enough star metal at the very least to make weapons. Whether we got enough to make any armor is still up in the air, but we at least got enough to make weapons and ammo for everyone to use.
for ammo for like physical weapons, there is no like energy equivalent of star metal ammo. Just saying.
What?
Not gonna allow.
Reaction shot!
So, question: would a Gauss pistol
Gauss rifle is different. Gauss uses physical bullets propelled with energy.
Gauss.
Concerned.
Yeah, it's Gauss.
Gauss, yeah. Gauss is fine.
The guy's name was Gauss.
I don't care, we're American.
That's works. Come on, computer. Work for me here.
Never!
I'm having to delete stuff so that I can install Baldur's Gate. But yeah, they did a lot of stuff, as listed. Now they have said their goodbyes, and timey-wimeyed their way back to the future. Ending up in the same, lab, which is effectively what it is. They left him roughly 2 weeks in the future of the present, which is the past, which is the future. You know what I mean. Tiny
Do we
one.
really?
We've been. With that, what will you all do? Masher isn't here because work, so that's that answer.
Yep.
As well.
We can.
Do we all arrive at the same time, or are arrivals staggered?
You would arrive at the same time, maybe a few minutes apart, mostly at the same time.
Okie dokie.
Because most of you all were there for like the 13 years, and I don't want to separate Masher from you all by a tremendous amount. Just saying.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
No, he didn't go back to the past. He went back to the future.
Yes, hence the tongue sticking out. That is what Barry had said, and I was making fun of it without interrupting.
Hey, Masher's here.
Looks like my stalling tactics worked.
Well, if Masher is here, which he is, they already know all the plans and everything we've all been doing in the past. And you all have returned to the future, still in the same lab that you left in, at roughly the same time. A few minutes apart, maybe, but roughly the same time. So, with all of you here, and Hydra off doing his own thing, which I will get to, what do you do?
Checking her pip. Barry's checking her pip up to make sure everything's is still in working order. Should be.
I guess my quick question is, what is the circumstance of our arrival? Like, it's not like, okay, we think the bombs are going to drop any day, go, go, go. Like, do we, like just a very brief, what are the circumstances of our returning?
I figured the plan was to go back of our own volition once we were,
I mean,
prepared to
yeah,
enter the
but
past
things
enough.
don't necessarily always go to plan. Oh, that's fine.
Would be of your own volition, and I assume.
Okay.
Yeah, it would be of your own volition.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, managed to miss seeing the bombs fall. Thank goodness.
Yeah, we're still like a decade or two off from that anyway.
Not.
What is that in the background?
That's someone dying as they try and stand up.
Yeah, it sounded a bit like a...
Yeah, I know what it sounded like.
For the love of... Is this thing working?
Yep, I can hear you.
And it's now, if it wasn't. Anyway.
Alright, so... Everything is in working order. Your pit bucks are fine. Barry, your cybernetics are all in working order.
Yeah, looks like we all made it back. Looks like we all made it back safe and sound.
Oh yeah,
Misty,
and one
would
other
you
thing.
ensure that
Flori has a slight wide-eyed reaction at seeing Masher as a ghoul, but she keeps to herself.
Going to roll perception to see.
Oh wait, Masher's been waiting for us here the whole time?
You would have came here at roughly the same time. Everyone would.
Right.
Yeah, it's only around a few minutes of difference. Yeah.
Which is just enough time for Master to get a head start.
Yeah, so yeah, he would be like roughly here. And then he's just like timey-wimey stuff, and they appear. Kind of like a teleportation flash.
Masher, you haven't been waiting for us here all this time, have you?
It's only been a few minutes. Oh, for the love of... Did you kidnap a princess?
Yes.
Uh,
She is mine. You can't have her.
That is our daughter-in-law you're talking about.
Flurry is slightly like, words? Which ones to use?
I tried to warn you, Flurry, about what about the Masher we know.
Said Master raises a hoof.
so
Said Master raises a hoof. Hold those thoughts. This needs more vodka.
And old. Crinkly and old.
Yeah, we left him on a smoking rack for too long.
It has been 200 years since you saw him last.
Oh, and Aurora is a changeling queen. That's another thing.
Yeah, everyone's, a fair bit noticeably older. Trainwreck has all her organic parts.
And Misty finally has a set of power armor that has a dedicated shoulder hook to place her helmet on. Yeah.
I get.
I just imagine Flurry doesn't walk or fly anywhere. She teleports.
Alicorn's got a flex.
So it only took us a few minutes to get back here from when you arrived, even though we ended up staying back there for 13 years. I'm not even gonna begin to try and comprehend the time travel.
I've long
Wasteland sound.
I've long since learned, don't ask questions like that. That way lies madness. Just shake your head and drink.
Right. So, to bring you up to speed, yes. Trainwreck. In the 13 years we spent in the past, Trainwreck and I are now married. Misty and Aurora are both changeling queens, and the two of them, along with Flurry Heart, are now married as well.
Looks like
Master.exe stopped working.
Misty is also a changeling queen?
Hybrid.
Oh.
Master looks at the group. Mazel tov, me crazy kids.
Hey, is it really crazy if it was pre-planned crazy?
Yes.
Oh, and one more thing. Barry would take out of her bag a bottle of vodka. I figured before coming back I should drop by. I made a little trip to the place that makes the stuff and get a bottle fresh off the factory floor for you. A little souvenir of our time in the past.
As for your question in chat, Misty, yeah, I'm giving you access. Because I believe that that's fair. It changes.
Don't worry, we have potato plants.
Yeah, we've got.
Oh yeah, I assume Soul is just like carrying a crate on either side of her, full of junk that you all made.
It'd be more than just
Soul
a few
and-
crates.
Soul and or Trainwreck and or Pixie and Root.
Yeah, Trainwreck's probably carrying the heavier stuff.
And levitating tree saplings. There's a lot of stuff.
And that's not to mention other supplies that we've squirreled away in various locations, yes. Because no, if we're rebuilding a kingdom, we're rebuilding a kingdom.
Yeah.
Misty doesn't do small. She doesn't intend to become princess of a little village.
Alright. There wouldn't be anything major in these tunnels. For, like, obvious reasons. You've already came through here, you've already looted stuff. Delete. Which entails that you all would come out, and I assume be up in the hole is where you'd go. Seeing as you're technically here, even if you aren't technically here. You know what I
The
mean?
whole Blom.
Oh, we haven't been able to make that joke in forever. There's so many tokens that I still need to delete here. None of them are here anymore.
Kill them all. Let Celestia sort them out.
All the text around the tree.
Ancient times. What do these old words mean?
The swimming hole. Blom.
I don't remember who added the swimming hole. Tattertot novel. Yeah. Come on. Tokens delete. Do as I say.
Dude.
Yeah. You would come up into the hole and everything. It's completely abandoned. Everything is still basically ruined. And no one is here. Not even like green marks on EFS or anything.
I hope Gage at least did something right and made sure everyone got all the survivors got to Salvation City safely.
Yeah. Suppose we'll find out once we get there. I mean, really want to teleport there with all the stuff, but Flurry also kind of really needs to see landmarks and stuff if she's to ever be able to teleport around at will, so.
Yeah, we'll just have to go the long way.
Tori's comment on the scenery is it's very gray and brown.
Well, you know,
Very
a bomb
bleak.
went off here last time we were here, so.
You should have seen what the place looked like before the skies finally cleared up.
Oh, hey, is there something we can roll to see if Tater Tot happens to be in the area?
Luck?
Luck -4. Sure.
Oh, wrong button.
Oh.
Oh, hey, you boosted luck too.
That was my lowest skill.
Yeah, I said to go look for Trinek as well.
Yeah.
Alright. In that case, you hear the familiar yet unfamiliar rev of an engine as you see Tattertot skidding through the desert sand and eventually coming up to you.
Yeah. Well, it's been a while.
It's been a while.
You all kind of dropped off the face of the earth for a while.
Yeah, a couple of weeks.
I'm guessing probably about a couple of weeks. How long has it been since we were last seen?
Last seen be 3 or 4 weeks, but the last radio broadcast was only 2 weeks ago, and that's only for, like, my notes of things. Say the radio broadcast to when you were last seen, like, physically from a count, somewhere in the middle there, so 2 to 3 weeks.
It's been longer for us.
Care to elaborate?
Misty takes off her helmet.
Misty's already pretty big.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, what was that?
Travel.
Yep.
You guessed it.
Stable.
Huh?
Stable should be the only explanation we need.
Anything else I think I could come up with? Ain't, but time travel and a stable. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Would have gotten you a souvenir from the past. We had known that we'd be bumping into you like this.
Well, I mean, we probably got potato seeds.
I take a spark of cola, at least. I have one that's from before the war. It's something new.
Oh yeah, we probably have a bunch of pre-war food.
It was radiation free until 5 seconds ago.
No, it's still radiation free.
And you give them some chocolate too.
Barry will levitate over a 6-pack.
6-pack of chocolate.
A 6-pack of Sparkle Cola.
Yeah. So, you all are carrying a lot. You all still want to go to that one town that you all were setting up? I've been there a few times trading.
Yep, we got a lot of stuff for it.
Yep.
I'll load it up.
Hit him up, move him up, hit him up, move him up, convoy.
You would load things up, and whenever everyone was ready, zoom! More reckless than Masher.
Oh, it felt
That's
kind of in
possible.
character.
I'm not sure
Oh,
that's possible.
It kind of felt in character, but I decided to take Overcome Weakness as one of the quest perks for X-Raider.
Ah. Okay, that makes sense.
Fitting for a Reformed, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
But zooms through the
Actually-
wasteland. Going faster than you remember? I made a custom engine and put it in here. Now it goes really fast.
Nice.
As he pours some sparkle cola that isn't, this is from the 6-pack, directly down a tube that looks like it leads to the engine.
Oh, good grief.
Oh lord, he made the Sparkle Cola engine.
Sparkle cola, potato, and snack cake engine.
Above board, we're turning this thing into the DeLorean, aren't we?
I feel like this is also a result of Trainwreck's Wanderer perk. It is basically a positive version of Wild Wasteland.
Yeah. I felt like giving the car its own engine made by Taratot using stuff that's completely random, but food made sense due to Wasteland. You'd arrive within the day. Also, if you all have any like day status effects, like per day things, go ahead and roll them. I'm not sure if any of you still do, but if you do, yeah.
Well,
Also, we already have reading stuff done, so.
yeah, 13 years is plenty of time to learn a lot of spells and actually cure illiteracy.
Yeah. So. Map. Salvation City. Which map is that on?
So how many hours did you say the drive was?
Would be within the day, so about 8 hours.
8 hours? Thank you.
8 hours. Where is Salvation City? There it is.
How far is this place from a major source of radiation?
There's that one mining place that you went to, remember?
Yeah, that's pretty close. Yeah, that neighboring rad mine.
How long would it take to get there on foot?
About an hour.
Let's say that cave was the one that was near Salvation City, so
Yeah.
like
That's nothing.
it would literally just take a teleport to drop you off over there and then come back.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, once we get back to Salvation City, make sure we catch everyone up. Barry or Misty could easily go and teleport you over there for all your rad needs.
Or Flurry.
Or he could just go as soon as everyone gets there while y'all are doing all the catching up of everyone else. It's like, yeah, no, I'm not waiting.
This is also true. You could. But do you really want to? Tobias, stop.
Besides, I think we all have a few choice words for the Griffin once we get back.
Yeah, but do you really want
It's
me
been
to use
13
those-
years.
Do you want me to use those choice words when I'm getting all twitchy?
This is fair.
Alright. In that case, why don't Barry could go and instead of getting into the car, go and teleport him over there, coupled with giving her using her expert level Radguard spell, so she can go and keep him company a bit while everyone else does their driving.
Mind the yet to switch to new map thing. I am populating it with random tokens because it is not nearly the same as when you left it. As you approach, and I assume Masher splits off before getting there.
That's it. But that's the thing. I was just proposing that while everyone else drives off, Barry can teleport Masher out there and keep him company with the use of the expert level Radguard spell on her. And then once everyone starts to arrive after however long it takes them, and Masher's decently topped off, she can teleport them back to the city proper and meet up with everyone.
Yes.
Sound like a plan?
Yes. Gage, question in DMs I'm about to send.
Right, sure.
And you probably won't know the answer to it because it's been forever.
I actually have quite a good memory, usually. Ah, I see. I actually wrote that down on my sheet.
That's clever. Thank you.
How dare.
How dare you be smart? That's not allowed.
You want me to? I'll just type it to you, okay?
That's fine. They have their tokens like in other places, so it should be fine. Just need to know their names.
Yeah. Also, plus the alone time with Masher gives Barry and Masher a chance to do a little personal catching up as well.
Oh my.
My.
Had to.
Yeah. Barry would pull out a pendant, or rather half of one. Stop me if this seems strange, Masher, but does this pendant pendant mean anything to you?
You mean that damn piece of jewelry that for the life of me I cannot get rid of?
Good to see the enchantments managed to remain in effect over 200 years. Then.
I had to just think who is who. I have the tokens. Is this person still in here, or did I move them out and am now... Okay, they are. Good.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Yeah. You probably don't remember after 200 years, but I apologize for being so brunt in giving you the heads up for what was coming, and I still am grateful that you were able to attend the wedding.
Okay, that's not it either. Raider map. Where is that? Grab that first. Grab Backstab's token. I don't know where she is. Here.
Yeah.
Okay. Haste.
Yeah.
Backstab. Mayor of Hull. Copy both of you. Then we gotta go to Mud. Did I give Mud a map? I think I did.
It has been a long time since we were back in Mud.
Did I give it a map, though? I don't think I ever gave Mud a map.
I thought it did have a map because that was where my character first got their contract or something, right?
Yeah, but like, did you actually move a token on it?
I vaguely remember moving a token, so I think there was a map of it.
Because I don't remember having a token for Whistle, the general. Yeah, I don't think I ever made a map for it. That's weird. That's really weird. Well, in that case, I need a diamond dog real quick.
I really could have sworn that there was one.
Find it in here. If there is, then I'll find it later, but I don't see one in here. That's weird. That's really weird.
I think I remember the Raider Ponytown being used.
Yeah, I have it. I know about it.
No, never mind.
Oh, that's sweet. Okay. I get what you're saying. Yeah. Alright, you can be Whistle, because you are big and tough diamond dog looking person. Copy all of you. And delete you. And back to Salvation City, because I already have the other dude there. paste. Get rid of you. And open this. Doing things really quickly. Da-da-da-da-da. Now, Hydra, tell me if I got these names right as I list them off. Whistle. Backstab. I don't remember the bat pony.
Oh, dang it. I can't remember the bat pony's name.
Is this the one that was going around with us for a while?
Yep.
Nope.
Frostbite.
Nope, that's not it. That's not
Well,
the bat pony.
that's the one that was going around with us for a while. So
Oh,
you must-
you're talking about the
other one.
Are you talking about the little deaf filly?
Yep.
Mayor.
Yep.
Nope. Mayor of the Hole. That's who I'm talking about right now.
Hmm?
I know I have it wrote down. Well,
What?
it's in.
she was a
It's
bad.
Sorry, I had to
Yeah,
step
now,
away.
now I'm confused who we're talking about.
Yeah, I had to step away for a moment. I could still hear everything because wireless headset, but I set to mute before I left. So,
Yeah, the mayor of the Hole was a bat pony.
yeah, that was named. Wasn't it like Crystal something? Crystal.
Just
Crystal. Yeah, just Crystal. That's the mayor Batpone. Yep.
all right. So now that I have everything done, and all the tokens are ready, I'm going to move you to this map. Finally. If Roll20 will let me. Alright. Are you on the map?
This is Salvation.
Yes.
Oh,
Looks largely the same, except for the added the
Steel code.
the new residents.
It would be bigger than this. I'm just not going to like majorly change the map for any specific reasons. It's bigger. There is much more fortification. There are turrets lining the walls, as well as both Raider and Diamond Dog guards. As you all approach, you would see 4 ponies standing outside. Well, that's a complete lie, but you would see 3 ponies and a diamond dog standing outside. It's been 13 years, so there is not a wisdom stat. Roll intelligence at a -3.
Oh boy.
Oh no, -3. Whatever.
Nope,
I
for
do?
train wreck.
Help! Help! Help!
She cannot brain. She has the dump. Alright, sure. Why are you randomly pinging things?
Because it
Oh,
is interesting.
I thought that Pegasus there was cute.
It's, that one person that insulted you. If you remember. That's Butter.
Who insulted who?
Pegasus, this one, insulted Gage a bit.
Ah,
Slightly.
okay.
So, as you approach your merry band of crazy, I'm just going to, like, part Barry and Masher away from the group because they're technically not with it. So you're just going to be over here. If you took a route with you, then, like, move him as well, but I don't know if you did or not, so.
Yeah. A route I trust enough to keep an eye on things while I'm gone.
Alright.
Root is the team leader.
In that case, Taratot goes to do business as he drops you all off at the entrance and trading with people. But for the rest of you, you all are met with green Pegasus, very small for being a Pegasus. The familiar face of Whistle for those of you that passed your intelligence. Familiar face of the Bat Pony Mare of the Hull, Crystal, if you pass your intelligence, and familiar face of Backstab, if you pass your intelligence. For Trainwreck, she doesn't remember Jack Squad.
Yeah, poor Trainwreck's mind's starting to go. Yeah, she's the
Look,
last one.
do you have any idea how much processing power it took to learn how to read? Like, come on, man. Give me a break.
Backstab would be the first one to pipe up. It sure has been a while since I've seen you lots around here. After you kind of pitched everything. But that's besides the point.
Yep. So what have we missed?
Stable shenanigans. Crystal would pipe up after this. Well, your Griffin friend, Gage, helped move us all over here. We almost burned down the town. And then we put aside our differences and learned to be friends. She is saying that last part sarcastically. But aside from that, we've been running the town in your absence. She says, gesturing to the lot grouped with her.
Well, do you have farmland already sorted out?
It's in the back.
Great. So
Yeah,
we're headed towards there with the dozens of saplings and everything else.
At this point, Root would pipe up. Barry would like to know how long we've been gone.
The Pegasus looks at the dog. It's talking? Who spiked my drink? Whistle, being a fellow dog, says hello. 2 weeks and 3 days.
Yeah, Root's tail would start wagging. Thank you. Barry was really curious about this, so she'll definitely want to know.
Now give me head pats for doing a good job.
Trainwreck will give head pats.
Crystal gives wing pats. She's above the head pat. She pats your head with wing. I am tired. but not tired enough to want to sleep, just tired enough to not be there right now.
A lot has happened while we've been gone. Barry can tell you more about it. What?
Given that Flurry is like sauntering past all of you, smiling, past all of them, they kind of share the sentiment of she has a lot of explaining to do. Adhere to new laws. Slavery is outlawed, obviously. Murder is decently outlawed. Thievery is mostly outlawed. And everyone is allowed.
Are you sure you don't mean everyone's only mostly alive?
Mostly.
I said allowed, not alive. This is Crystal talking, by the way.
Yeah, I think this, as everyone goes off to do their own thing, I think this would be a good point for Barry and Masher to just go and literally pop right in.
Sure, why not? And after you do whatever you're going to do, we can skip over to Hydra because I know that they've been itching for roleplay since they stopped.
Oh well, I mean, yeah, that can be
DMs.
don't. Yeah, it could be DMs. Don't detract from the overall campaign because if you just go and like give like one player attention, it's gonna make like the other 5 people sit
that's fair,
doing
yeah.
nothing.
All right. Well, in that case, you all pop right in and pick wherever on the map.
Pretty much right at the front gate. Might as well do this right.
All right. Soul is going to be flying above the lot of Misty's group, just FYI. So I'm gonna move her token over there.
Gotta say, Masher, it feels good to be back. Somewhat.
Barry and Masher. Wait, Masher rolled the intelligence, didn't he? And Barry did too. Okay, yeah. You recognize everybody, Barry. Masher, not so much. You also, Barry, you don't recognize Butter because they were just a slave back whenever you freed them, and that's kind of a forgettable face.
Well, it's certainly been a while since we've last seen each other. Although I suspect you have a lot of questions, and I have a lot of explanations to give. I'm guessing Root probably already asked the question for me of how long have we been away.
Well, I mean, Kirtan also answered that too.
Whistle will pipe up. Yes, Root did ask. 3 weeks. Not 3. 2 weeks and
3 days.
Yeah, so I've still got time to go and get those wings installed before they head out. That's good. So, I'm sure my answers will probably be a bit long, so let's start. What kind of questions do you have?
Care to explain the sudden age? Says Backstab.
it's really that noticeable.
It is whenever the small alicorn is now taller than all of us.
Short, long, short version. Stable tech doing their usual stable experiments, and we got caught in them. Long version. While chasing after the benefactor, we ended up getting sent back 200 years in the past and ended up staying there for 13 years. Though, as you said, it's only been 2 weeks and 3 days back here.
They're slightly taken aback by the evolution of time travel. And eventually the Pegasus types back up. Question, who are you?
I suppose the question would be likewise to you.
I am Butter. I am the leader of the slaves here after... Well... Yeah, before everyone else showed up.
Hi. Oh right. I think I remember you. I'm guessing the treatment I gave you worked well, because you look like you've healed up pretty well in these past 2 weeks.
My wings do not feel like they're going to break off, so yes.
But yeah, and relative time makes this a little bit more confusing, because the whole difference of 13 years versus 2 weeks. But I suppose even though that makes me still technically speaking, since we haven't really sorted it out yet, since the acting leader of the Returners, Barry.
So... You're part of the group that is with... Age.
Yeah, yeah. The Returns are the ones that killed all the slavers here.
You can clearly tell that this person isn't complete in their memory. Also slightly grouchy.
Technically, he is a mercenary under contract with us. Although I do feel like I have some words for him for running off in the middle of a battle, which is why he ended up not getting sent to the past along with us.
As the only returner that was here, he is also on the board of leadership.
Board of directors.
Board of leadership for the town currently.
The
spot is
executive
vacant currently, as he is off gallivanting with some traders that came in here last week. Crystal would pipe up again. Though he'll probably be back in a while.
I just hope he's been doing at least a passable job of keeping things together in our absence.
Backstab would pipe up while Crystal goes to say something. Well, he fucked a griffin.
Like, the whole town
but
knows
that's
about this?
it.
Face hoof.
Travel fast in a small town, man.
He fucked the griffin, as you do.
He fucked a griffin and
I mean, gossip does travel
almost
fast.
killed 2 people. Almost killed 2 people. Went gallivanting off with some traders. And we haven't heard of him since then.
Face hoof. Of course he went gallivanting off on his own. Why wouldn't he?
Well, he was paid, so.
Well, you probably. Well, now that we're back, we can start getting things moving properly. You probably noticed all the supplies that we've been unloading.
Butter. Yes, we saw your friend Miss Misty. Misty, she was carrying them. Supplies, yes. Along with a pinkish alicorn. That Heart's coat color is yeah, pinkish alicorn.
That would be one of Misty's wives, Flurry Heart.
Why not? Ask Backstab. A bit inquisitory.
Yeah. In the 13 years we were in the past, Misty, Flurry Heart, and Aurora all got married, same as I got married to Trainwreck.
Yeah, Trank will just wave over at them since they probably don't know her name.
Crystal pipes up. Congratulations. And Whistle pops up as well. So she married someone from the past and brought them to the future.
Pretty much.
Alicorn. An alicorn from the past.
Yep.
And it was either that or even when the bombs go off.
Well,
it wasn't all bad. I mean, Flurry Heart's mother managed to officiate both of our weddings.
keep her on the down low. We don't need more slavers coming back seeking an exotic prize.
Yeah.
We've been having to... This is Backstab. We've had to deal with slavers trying to retake the city for the past week.
Right, there's still the 12 or whatever. Right, that was the thing.
Those are more raiders, but they would be working with them, yes. They've a decent enough equipment. Take out a few turrets, hit a few guards, knights. We did set fire to a building, but we managed to put it out before it became any serious thing. But it's been ramping up, so.
Oh. Yes, now we know what we're doing now that we're settled in.
Crystal. As for your gauge, I'm going to stop using your friend as the starter to that, because you seem to be, at best. He should be north of the mountains, which would be, you go towards Hole and then go left. You go towards the Hole and then go left. Over near the military base you went to originally, where the Enclave military base, you'd go south from there and you'd be on the other side of the mountains. He should be there currently, based on where that trade group's current route goes. It's one of the least traveled ones, so.
We'd better see about getting settled in as quick as possible, then.
Yes, because if you want to talk to him, that is Raider territory. They're one of the few trade caravans that actually deal with raiders and slavers. So, we don't outlaw them coming, but they're not allowed to sell slaves, for obvious reasons.
Yep. If we're going to take Salvation City and build it into anything bigger, first priority is to take and make it take and deal with the question of slavers and raiders like the 12.
Yes. In your absence, they have been on the radio. We had to reset up the radio here. I believe you've sent Trainwreck over to the same building that radio is working in right now. Didn't you, Backstab? She would nod. Alright, they've been decently running amok. I don't want to keep them in check anymore. They did have one silver lining, though. One of their groups has come under new management. So far, they've mellowed down, it seems. Talks of peace coming over the radio. Though, raiders.
Talks of peace among what now?
Talks of peace coming over the radio, but it's raiders, so. Yeah.
Grain of salt.
Yes.
Block of salt, right?
I mean, Salvation City does have a fair share of reformed raiders, but yes, understandably, it is something that we need to be quite careful with when it comes to potential negotiations.
I've also heard they've moved base a few times, a few different groups, so possible routes are spotted at best with raiders.
What do you think, Misty? We finish getting settled in, get everything further fortified before we go out and try and track down some of these groups?
Yeah, but we shouldn't take more than a couple of days. Word of our return is going to spread very quickly.
Right.
It's best if they think that we are gone.
Back.
Quick recap for Trainwreck. The Raider groups, the 12. One of them, possible new management. Take it with a block assault, because, well, it's Raiders. And they've moved base, a few of the groups have, around the maps, so possible routes are compromised.
So it'll probably take a few days for me to get those wings installed, and recover and just get accustomed to them. While I'm doing that, can you help take care of getting this place better fortified?
Yep.
Oh, yes. About that. This will be Crystal talking. This fractured steel people you were talking with, they were going to give you your wings on their ship, correct?
Indeed.
They have relocated. Say. They did a full-on assault on the island the island west of here, and took over a old prison. It used to be owned by the slavers. Your benefactor, Hal, quotation marks, was running, but with his absence, it kind of teeter-tottered downhill. Where is said fool, anyway?
Above board. Good question. What happened to him? Do we still have him tied up in the back?
The benefactor?
Yeah.
I would have figured we would have killed him after we got Star Medal. I'm still not clear on the rules for getting rid of him permanently.
We need to find his original body.
His body with Star Medal, his OG body. Kill it with Star Medal, banish him with shamanism.
Well, okay, gonna ask the dumb question here. We would have done that back in the past where we knew where his tomb was.
That is a fair point. So
if we knew he was missing even then, like if his body is gone when we go to check in the past, like... I don't know. I'm just saying, like, that would be the first place we would look as soon as we get Sermos. Okay, we know exactly where his tomb is. We're going there.
I think that we've kind of forgot to cover that.
he did. We will talk in DMs. Just ignore the subject for now.
Right.
We have taken care of him. I guess that's best response, because that's a pretty good catch-all. Yeah.
So, we've had enough time to take care of him. So, can you give me a rough idea of where on the Western Island they are? I've been there enough times in the past to where I'm familiar with it enough to teleport.
Should be practically right on the coast. Maybe a bit inland. It would be the same prison you went to that had the zebras in it.
I remember that that prison. Yeah, it should be a simple matter.
Whether or not they are in the greatest of shape, I don't know. I've just heard what's been said of them attacking that place and most of the favors there fleeing, either creating splinter cells or organizing back up. Not sure what.
While I'm there, I'll talk with them and see about possibly uniting their forces with ours. We are all greater together.
Well, as Misty here said, you should probably get to it before people start realizing, hey, they're back. We'll try and keep it on the down low.
Mm-hmm.
Traders.
Mm-hmm. Better act fast then. All right, Misty. Misty, I'll be off to take care of my wings and possibly getting some backup from the fractured steel. And I'll see you in a few days.
Above board, just to make sure I've got the right place. Are you saying that they've relocated to the place where Misty met Soul, or different place? Okay. Well, in that case, Misty's gonna need to teleport Barry over there because I don't think Barry's been there before.
She went there in the past. That's the same person.
Wait, is that where they talked to the shaman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Sorry.
Big smirk.
Mm-hmm.
And even if it isn't, she'd be on the island and it would be along the coast, so she could find it, even if it wasn't. So.
Yep. So after checking in and making sure everything's good, Barry would teleport right out and leave the others to their devices.
All right. Ding, 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 da, ding, ding, da, ding, ding. Teleportation. You would arrive, I assume, at the front door.
Probably, yeah.
All right. I guess I'll start with Misty going down like the Discord order. Anything you'd be doing in like town that is like a simple thing?
So, yes and no. Like,
Right, elaborate.
are we talking about something that takes half an hour, or like, because like Barry has to go get her wings, like.
Yeah. I guess we can
I'm not saying it'll take days, but like, I need a time allotment to know what I can realistically do.
Today. Just today. The rest of today and tomorrow, like in game. Anything you'd be doing in those time frames?
Quite a bit, yeah. I'll PM you. But long story short, she'd be helping out with the gardening because she's got the growth spell, so she'd be able to get things started up and blooming and whatnot to their appropriate seasonal what's it. And then she's got some errands to run.
All right. In that case, you send me your details and whatnot in DMs, PMs, whatever it is. Miss Barry Eichenward arrived in a flash. Giving a half heart attack to the guards on duty, who briefly point guns at you and then realize, holy crud, it's this person.
I was under the impression that I had 3 weeks to wait before the assault would go down.
There was a time crunch. They would reach for their radio on the side of their head, pressing a button or whatever, microphone, walkie-talkie. You know what I'm talking about. I forget what the head of the thing is called. I think it's a captain. Captain? There's a admiral, whichever one it is. You have a visitor. It's the zebra cyber lady from the returners. Suddenly, there's another flash in front of the door as the coin appears. Hello, Barry.
It's been a long time.
Through 2 weeks and 3 days, approximately.
Longer for me, and probably too long a story.
Then I won't dive into it. Tell me, where were you? And sorry about the time crunch. You kind of dropped off the face of the earth.
Let's adjourn to a place that's a little bit more secure, away from prying ears.
Teleportation to the office.
Yep, teleportation indeed.
Her office would be much bigger than the one on the ship, overlooking the entirety of the prison, for the most part. So, tell me, what happened? Brief story. You said it was long, so...
The reports of our demise are greatly exaggerated. Although probably best to keep those exaggerated reports circulated until we get a chance to resettle and start moving. The short version: chased after the benefactor, found a stable, got sent back to 200 years into the past. Stayed there 13 years training.
And this technology has been lost, I assume.
Beyond repair from what I can tell.
Typical of the wasteland. assume you've been caught up on current knowing about.
We've been given the basic rundown. With the benefactor's absence, you guys advanced things and took over the prison. But at the same time, slavers and raiders are still doing their thing and starting to get a little bit more aggressive about it.
So you have been caught in a... Except for one small thing.
And that would be?
Food shortage. All the harbors in and out of the islands have been closed down. And our ship was taken out by a few proximity C4s planted within the engines. We found some raider corpses floating in the water, charred. Likely the ones that did it. But, yeah.
I see. Well, my reasons for coming here are twofold. One is to pick up the cyber wings that had been agreed on, and two was to extend an offer. Because our goal is to take Salvation City and build it up into something greater, to bring back to take some of what we experienced back in the past, and bring it back to this day and age.
Without the terrible government, I hope.
Of course, that goes without saying.
And you wish for us to join?
Indeed. We are far stronger together than we are apart. And
It's far more beneficial for us to be simple allies rather than part of it. As allies, we have greater access and more coverage of territory. Cramming us all into one easily burnable city is not great.
yes, but at the same time, we've the Salvation City is going to become a nexus for this part of the world. Of course, first things first is we need to make sure we're going to need to make sure that that all the raiders and slavers who would see otherwise are properly dealt with. Especially if we're going to be trying to grow crops to take care of the food shortages.
This island we're currently on is a manufacturing disaster. I doubt we're going to be growing any food here.
Yeah, even in the past, this island wasn't that much. It was mostly just used as a prison colony. I had the distinct pleasure of having to meet some of the prisoners and deal with some of the locals of the time.
Having received a bird's eye view, any other places that would be prime for growing food? besides the main island. FYI, for the one south, you aren't going to be growing food in a salt flat.
Yeah, so above board, other than the main island, where would there be any potential areas that would be good for growing crops?
The small ones north of it would be good, though they are small compared to the big main island. For like islands themselves, they're pretty sizable.
Reconciling my knowledge of these islands from this time compared to my experiences in the scouting them out during the past. Apart from the main island, there are a few small islands, and Barry would point them out on her map. They're small, but they're probably the best bet for farm territories.
They would point to the one that you went to whenever you fought the benefactor. This one might be a problem.
What's the issue?
You alicorns. Like myself. Small faction guarding the coastal regions of it. They worship an atomic bomb. Scanners show from our few trips past it whenever we originally came by. It's... I guess what I meant to say is... very radioactive. It seems to be a hybrid between a mega spell and a balefire bomb. Not sure if it was cocked up by Equestria or them or the zebras. Either way, it is rapidly going critical. We have intentionally avoided the island and any path leading to it. The blast shouldn't touch more than the coast of the main island, but I would not go there.
Above board? Oh, great. We've got those crazies in here.
Behold the power of atom.
Above board.
My sisters, as foolish as they are, as far as I can tell, have been wanting to finish the work of the Unity. Create male alicorns, though they've taken on other fellowships, it seems. So far, their attempts have been akin to crushing Unity alicorns to get the taint from them and creating new ones, which are effectively mindless husk, or just dipping them in straight radiation and creating ghouls. It's not been pleasant.
Above board. Correct me if I'm wrong, but wasn't there at some point in Post Sunshine and Rainbows someone did find a potion that could make male dipped alicorns?
I
don't remember. This isn't very long after the end of the first book, because like Project Horizons is nearing its end, / would be ending right now. It isn't all that long after the first book either. This is effectively not even, if anything, it's a year after the main book. So it's possible, but they haven't found it yet. because they do not tell how long the epilogue is. It could be years, it could be a few months. I'm ruling it's going to be years.
Well, this is definitely quite disconcerting.
At most, sorry,
Continue. You're fine.
I'll just type it out.
They seem self-contained, at least. Though inhabitants of the island, such as a small, well, it's not small by any means, but a settlement at its very tip, far north, as far north as you can get. It's an island of, well, not an island, but a city of children. Ghoul children. So, they've been left alone for the most part. But an atomic bomb, a mega spell going off, is not going to be pretty. Our few attempts to get close have been met with hostility from their part as well. Not to mention ferals. Not all. There are a few of them that are still sane, but...
I'll have to discuss this with the others to determine if there's anything we can do. Because if those children, or depending on if they're all ghoulified, they may be children in form, but could potentially. Damn, could even potentially be a child I helped treat back in the past. If there's a way for us to save them, we have to take it. Provided we can do so with safely.
Well, if you do intend on doing that, we could supply some vertebrates to bring you in. But I'm not sending any ships.
That's fair. Worst case scenario, we can just teleport in, since we've been all over those islands in the past and are now familiar enough with them to teleport pretty much over the entirety of these islands.
Misty's further, but whatever. Well, alright.
Thank you for bringing this to my attention.
I'd rather you know that there's an atomic bomb ready to go off. A mega spell ready to go off. Before stepping foot on that island. Safe. That's my word of advice. Your wings should be somewhere in the lower decks of the prison. Likely in the maintenance area. That's where we have set up everything.
And the staff to install them?
Morgue. It's by far the best medical area they have here.
Very well. Once we're done here, I'll go and see about finally getting them installed. So, about the offer for an alliance.
We will ally with you.
grateful. Hopefully, together we can take these islands and tame them, and make them truly habitable again.
Last thing. Did Gage go with you in the past? I mean,
No, he did not.
And
In the middle of the fight that caused the damage that ended up sending us to the past, he ended up running off on his own because he threw apparently an expensive throwing knife into an Enclave soldier we were fighting, and chased after that Enclave soldier instead of helping us finish the fight.
I don't know if you explicitly know if it was the knife that he was after, or like, because it was kind
he
of.
doesn't matter, honestly.
Okay, all right.
Pretty sure we heard him shouting.
Got the knife.
Yeah.
Did I? I don't remember actually. Like,
You might have. You might have. I don't remember. It doesn't ultimately matter. Yeah.
But
Oh.
yeah, we've
yeah, I
got.
suppose not.
But yeah, we need to find where he's managed to get himself and whatever trouble he's likely got himself into.
I can tell you where he is as of yesterday. One of our vertebrates we confiscated during our fight. Believe it or not, this compound has vertebrates and sentry bots. One of them, not our best, but was flying over the main island near the coast, coming back. Spotted him in one of the worst raider areas owned by the 12. Conversing with them. He was with some fellow ponies, dragging a cart or two.
That matches up with what we've heard so far.
The leader, the group in question, the members of the 12, are led by an assaultron. Claims to have killed a dragon.
So, the leader who called us out, who supposedly killed a dragon, is an assaultron. Yeah.
It's one of the things you have to see to believe, but you see a dipped alicorn wearing power armor.
And you're looking at a cyborg zebra doctor who just spent 13 years in the past, who in order to track down and deal with the benefactor, ended up working as a ministry agent. There are a lot of wild and crazy things that happen in this wasteland.
The number of the gang in question would be the 6th. The stronger ones, and the Assaultron calls herself Rainy. It's effectively not even raiders. They have the armor of soldiers, they have training of soldiers. They certainly act like raiders when they're alone.
You explain how they've managed to organize a group like the 12. And of course, when it comes to bringing peace to these islands, the 12 are the biggest threats out there that we need to deal with before true peace can return to these islands.
Honestly, this coalition is effectively what they are, of raider gangs. Definitely the biggest threat left on these islands. Until some random hydra the size of the moon crawls out of the center of the earth. And I doubt that's going to happen.
Yeah.
Suppose we are done.
Yep. Looks like we all have our work cut out for us. But I do believe that working together, we can make the changes that these islands need and make them hospitable once again.
Well, that is the case. I bid you farewell.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Once we all get resettled, we can start opening up trade negotiations and division of support. Because we'll definitely need to. Do you have any casters in your ranks that know the spells to cultivate crops? If not, Misty and I can teach them.
That would be useful. We do have few. One or two, honestly. But having someone teach an entire unit at least would certainly help.
Yeah, because the crops we're going to be growing, though that spell will be a very integral part of making sure that they come to fruition as in the early stages.
Well, with all this said and done, I do believe I have plans to oversee, and so do you.
Indeed. Until we can speak again, my friend.
And hopefully, under equally, if not better circumstance.
Indeed.
And I assume
yep.
It's time.
Yep. At this time, Barry would give her a cordial farewell, and then go and get those wings finally put in.
Misty, if you start a rock band with Aurora and Furry Heart and Soul, I'm going to be salty, but also excited.
What do you mean start? I mentioned in the other thing that they were doing that.
Oh,
You just missed it because you were tired and stuff. No, I said they were doing that.
Oh yeah, okay. I remember that now. Yeah. All right. So, wings, 3-day thing in total. You coming, getting wings, getting used to them, and decent enough method that you won't crash immediately and they don't hurt. So that's good. Then I assume you would come back to Salvation. And would there be anything that would be different about Salvation, guys? Anything major that you did? Besides the radio and working by this point.
Let's see, the crops, the radio station. Trank would probably, check the turrets to see if they're all fixed up and repaired.
All right. Just plugging up my computer real quick before it dies. Come on, charger. Plug up. There we go. Alright. With that then, I guess talk amongst yourselves, figure out what the plan is and the next step. With the information you have been given. All we will be here is Flurry, Aurora, Soul, Brute, unless Barry wants to be Root. Either way. Pixie.
Yeah. I think that Missy's definitely going to cover for Pixie to make sure the sass is done right.
That's fair. That's entirely fair.
Slightly less sass, slightly more snark, but yeah.
Eh.
I just couldn't think of the word snark when I was trying to describe her before.
Yeah. And, yeah, I'm still kind of trying to dial in Root's personality now that he can actually talk.
Very happy and excited. That's all dogs.
A good boy, obviously.
Well, on one hand, yes, but on the other hand, Root is also a much older dog. So, like, he would more likely have calmed down to some degree.
True.
Yeah, because he is he is over 13 years old. Much older than pretty much any other dog out there. But at the same time, the bond, the enchantment that allows him to do all this also keeps him somewhat youthful and invigorated. So, where's the...
It's a mix. It's a mix. Yeah. Just figure out what all you're going to do, plan-wise, and tell me your first step, and I'll tell you time, stuffs, all the goods.
Well, yeah, given the time, we'll probably need to start wrapping it up soon, because, some of us do have work in the morning.
Or school.
Alright, just give me the plan, and we can pick up with you doing it next time.
I'm just writing up Tremor's first up broadcast.
That's fair.
Yeah, and at one point, Barry would return first of all, going over to Trainwreck. So, what do you think of the new wings?
Well, it's a little crazy seeing it, but they look pretty cool. Oh, hey, and off above board, Tramer can actually do maintenance on those now.
Nice.
Would we have like 5 alicorns now in the party, technically? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if Aurora as a changeling queen counts as an alicorn.
an alicornish being.
We have 5 somewhat alicorn creatures in the party.
Oh,
This
does
monster
the
will
nighttime radio station have its own name?
Yes.
I figure I'd ask what it is. Yeah.
I need to rethink what the name would be because it was the hole some radio because it was in the hole. Now I gotta rethink the name.
Yeah. So just to make sure I'm not mistaken, who's the 5? Because I know we got Misty, we got Aurora, we've got Flurry Heart, and Barry now. But who's the 5th?
Soul.
Oh right, Soul.
She's been pushed to the wayside.
She's
Wow, mean.
she's spent so much time being invisible in the past. Well, excuse me, princess.
No. You're not excused, peasant.
All right.
She's an alicorn, same as you. Cybernetic or no?
Cybernetics doesn't mean she's going to live very, very, very long life, per se. Otherwise, oh my gosh, cybernetics are even more OP than I thought. Wow. I need to get them on every character.
We'll have to wait and see how that develops.
Mr. House did live for 200 some years.
Yeah.
So, yeah, kind of sort of. We've been technically through various means: natural born, changing queen ascension, natural born from the past, and dipped and cyborg. We have officially 5 alicorn type characters in the party,
ranging from all sorts of weird ways.
Now that is a diverse party.
Misty isn't even like the natural born alicorn because her parents weren't alicorns in the normal way. So she's a natural, quote unquote, and then we have natural past, and then cyborg, and then dipped, and then changeling queen.
Well, technically, aren't natural-born alicorns the children of dipped alicorns? Or did I completely misunderstand?
Actually, they are.
They are?
That's what they're meant to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well,
I thought it was just an alicorn that was born naturally and not of the tank.
that's kind of what I thought, but I guess whatever.
They are born naturally in a way. And you notice they're only set after sunshine and rainbows.
Yeah.
After alicorns can mate.
I mean,
After alicorns be free and can go find people to have whatever's with.
Yeah, natural born alicorns are a less homogenous. Like the pink one. Surprise.
Hee hee. Horse.
So technically speaking, that could be something that we could use in our favor if we wanted to try to negotiate with the dipped alicorns, showing that, hey, there's a way for alicorns to have kids, and the way you're doing it, it's not working. The proof is right here.
Harrison, you're all wrong. Time to fight.
Fight later. Vodka now.
I'm just saying, be careful. You don't want to make Aurora angry.
Aurora will go bite your face off with her fist.
I think they would call that an improvement.
Alright. Well, I guess we could end it here because there is not much else we can do if we're going to, save the big stuff for next time.
Yeah, because
Though I will say we're past halfway through like my planned bits. Unless you want to do side quest galore and make this a true Fallout game.
I mean, as well as we can try, accomplished a number of side quests already. We're level 15, right? So,
I will go until level 30 if you want to. You're not going to be level 30 by the end of the main story, I don't think. But I can go until level 30 if you all wanted to.
Yeah, I'm fine with continuing to go. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Which would then mean, like, hey, new main villain. And I'd come up with something. Because I have thousands of ideas.
Well, technically speaking, based on what it sounds like we're going with, it sounds like we've already dealt with the benefactor. So now our main villain focus has shifted to another one that made themselves known, but we didn't do anything at the time because the benefactor was an asshole and needed to be dealt with first. Because
yeah, raiders and slavers are your current like annoyance, as well as the children of Adam of this universe.
So, I suppose that's enough for us to call it for tonight, and we can sort out details off screen, so that can be all set up for next time.
Yep.
Alrighty then. Well, I'd say it was a pretty nice and reasonably somewhat of peaceful yet eventful homecoming.
Set up some threats. Set up some stuffs.
Yep.
All things good.
Yep. And finally revealed the identity of the threat, because all we knew about the leader of the Sixth was that they apparently killed a dragon, and that they sent us a letter saying, "Don't mess with us, and you'll survive." Now,
Also, Gabe talking with them, so man, that's something.
let's say we're gonna need you to explain stuff later, because I'll admit I wasn't really super paying attention.
All right.
It wasn't a whole lot. It was Barry talking with the not Steel Ranger person
yeah, but
about being allies. I think I PM'd you.
yeah, but at the same time, that does mean we now finally have the fractured steel as an ally to bolster our forces.
An official ally. They were helping you out before.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, fully official, which means a greater degree of help.
But yeah, rough summary of all the things that you've learned. Raiders, more organized, a bit more spread out over the map, possible routes compromised. Gage is talking with the leader of the Sixth, and a Saltron that claims to have killed a dragon. There is a Mega Spell Balefire Bomb hybrid on the island north of here that is pretty critical, being worshipped by some Unity alicorns that want to finish the job that Unity set out to do and make male alicorns also take over the world. But they also are children of Adam of this universe, so yeah. On said island is ghoul version of Whittle Lamplight, but bigger. And they've been avoided because they're ghouls. What else?
I think that pretty much covers it.
Yeah, that's basically it. Oh, and the fractured steel dudes took over the prison
Mm-hmm.
that you went to, Misty. Sending all the benefactors' forces scattered into splinter cells or having regrouped. No one's really sure.
Oh,
And that's where things sit currently.
mm-hmm. All right then. Well, it's definitely been a good one. I hope everyone who stopped by to check out the stream had a good time. And until the next one, take care, everyone. Bye bye.